everyone. So you may have guessed by the title, this Tsum Tsum haul video is a little different than what I usually do. Mainly because there's not really going to be Tsum Tsums that much in it, and I want to talk why. If you don't follow me on Twitter, or follow us on Twitter, although I'm the one that kind of usually does it, if you don't follow us on Twitter, you won't kind of have seen my frustration and my rant. I didn't really rant. I think the only person I ranted to was Sarah, one of our viewers, and she got the full brunt of it. But then she ended up really helping me out, so we're going to get into that in a little bit anyway. I just want to explain the reason for this video and what I'm going into and my frustrations as a Tsum Tsum collector these past couple of weeks, and what really I've got to look forward to in the future and things like that. This sounds so like over dramatized for something that is so little as a Tsum Tsum, but I think it's more than that when you really stem down to it. It's frustration with a brand that I really love and frustration with situations that they're putting their customers in. So I'll start from the beginning. Last week was, well, actually the week before was Tsum Tsum Tuesday, the first Tsum Tsum Tuesday of the month. Now this release was Finding Dory and a flounder gift set that had some of the characters from The Little Mermaid in it. And I had been looking forward to these sets for so long. Like, since I first saw the Finding Dory set, I knew I was going to get all of them and I was going to love it because I'm so looking forward to this film coming out. And the way they launched them this time is they launched them in the stores before the website. So the stores, they launched a week before the website, which I was like, okay. At the time, I wasn't really sure why, but I was like, that, whatever. So I got up, went to the Disney store in my local area. To be fair, I got there about 9:30 and everything was pretty much gone by this point, which was crazy to me. All they had, I think, were a couple of, I think I got Mr. Ray, Destiny, and Hank. I think that's all they had left, and everything else was gone. It was all gone. All the big, mediums, all the smalls apart from that were gone, and I only got a few of those left because they were just putting a couple more out that they had out the back. And I was like, oh, this is crazy, because when I first started collecting Tsum Tsums, which was 2013, when Ash brought some back from Japan, which is when I first discovered them, when I got my Perry the Platypus, like the medium and the small. And then I started seeing them when they very, very first came over here, and you used to get the coupons, and I've got both of the pins for it. And it wasn't that difficult to get hold of them. Like, you could get them maybe the day after or later the day. I used to order them on my lunch or go into the store and get them that way. And I completely understand that they're now a very popular must-have item, so the demand has increased tenfold on them, and everyone wants Tsum Tsums. Everyone knows what they are now. Everyone kind of collects them or has their favourites. So I know this, but going into this story, just know that I know this. I know I work in retail. I understand demand for products. I understand the hype and the necessary limited quantity for a special release and kind of why companies do it. Don't get me wrong, I completely understand all of that. That is not why I'm annoyed. I understand that Disney releases a very, very, very limited amount of some of these items, and that they go very quickly. However, this release was a little bit different than all the ones I've had previously. I've been frustrated with other ones, and I've maybe missed some. I know the Star Wars one I kind of missed, but that was my own fault. I didn't get up in time. I wasn't ready. So on the day of the online release, I was like, do you know what? I will make sure I'm up and ready. I will do everything in my power to make sure I can get these, because I wanted to show you guys, and obviously I wanted to have them in my collection as well. So I got up about 7 o'clock. The website usually goes live at 8, but I was like, no, if I get up early, sometimes they have a waiting list. I can get on this waiting list early, and then as soon as the website goes live, I'm there. So I literally sat on my computer, ready to go, 7 o'clock. The site was closed at that point, I guess because there was a limited edition dolls for Alice Through the Looking Glass were getting released the same day, so I think they knew there was going to be a lot of demand, and so I was like, that's fair enough. I did what it said. I emptied my cookies, my cash, everything. I followed the instructions. It said as soon as it hits 8 o'clock, click the link, don't refresh the page. I was like, okay, cool, right, I've read all the instructions, I know exactly what to do. I had my card details ready. I was ready to go. I had a list of what I wanted, because I was going to get a couple of other things as well, and I was ready to go. So 8 o'clock rolled around, And nothing. No information, nothing. You click the link and nothing happened for a while. And I was literally clicking the link. It would scroll for a second and then the page would stay the same. Click the link, do it again. And now I did this from about 8 o'clock to about 8:35, just literally doing nothing else, because the thing with stuff like this is you miss it and you've missed it. Everything's gone. Like, people are so on buying these sort of things. If you're late or you do something else, you may lose your chances. I don't want to lose my chance. Now, I did have work, so I was like doing it whilst doing my makeup on, at the same time and getting ready for work. And it got to about 10 to 9 and I was like, right, I really need to get going to work now, because I started work at 9. Luckily, I literally live around the corner from my work, so it's not too bad. And all of a sudden, the site popped up. I was like, brilliant, like, I can get one, I can do this really quickly. I put everything in my basket. I was ready to go. Clicked on my basket. It took me back to the maintenance page. I was like, for goodness sake, like, what is this? And might I add that Disney took the website down for a week beforehand, a whole week pretty much, obviously like 3 or 4 days, so they could do maintenance on it, like not through the evening. They closed it for a few days, which is why the launch got delayed. I was like, this is really annoying. I always check their Facebook page because I find it's quite easy to get people comment on it, and I can see where everyone else is at. And other people started complaining that the same thing had happened to them. So I was like, okay, there's a maintenance page up. This is fine. Whatever. I'm gonna go to work. I was trying on my phone on the way. Nothing. So I get to work and I managed to get back on. I get to the payment page and then nothing. It just doesn't let you continue. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm seeing Facebook and I'm seeing people on Twitter that have got them and going, yeah, I've got them all, perfect. And I'm just like, oh my God, stuff's selling out. Like, I'm really getting quite stressed out because I was up in time. I should have got them. Like, I was ready. Anyway, nothing. So there's then a message from the Disney store about 11 o'clock, I'm going to say. And I was trying constantly. Was it 10 or 11? They responded, I think, saying there was issues with the website and people purchasing things, so they've taken the website down while they try and fix the problem. Now, Ash is in IT. I am very aware of how long IT problems take and things like that, and I was completely understanding. I was like, you know what? These things happen. The website's been down. This is the first test they've got of this new launch. This is just one of those things that happen. They're just dealing with it, fixing like the growing pains with it and things like that. That's fine. So every 15 minutes from about 11 o'clock till, I want to say 3:30 in the afternoon, I went and checked back and tried the website again. And I kept getting that same screen, like, come back at 8 a.m. and click this link. Like, they hadn't updated the site at all. And then about 4:30, there was a message. I had like notifications from Disney turned on, so I knew when I get them, saying, it's back up. Like, you're fine. Go do it. And I was trying and it wasn't working again, and everyone was having problems, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is, at this point I've been trying I've been up for it since 7 a.m. for some Tsum Tsums. Like, I really enjoy collecting them, but it was already getting to the point where I was like, is this even worth the effort that this is going to? Like, why is it so difficult for Disney to take my money? Like, that's where I was like really confused at the whole situation. But I understood, make websites go down and things like that. Anyway, website came back up, got to the checkout page, and the issue I had is, when you pay for something, you have to tick a box that says you confirm the terms and conditions. The box wasn't there, and it wouldn't let me continue without the box. And I tried on loads of different devices. I tried on different, like Internet Explorer, Chrome, and every time I tried, it would empty my basket, and I'd have to redo it again. And obviously, as you're doing this, people are buying them and they're selling out and things like that. And I was really panicking. So at the same time, I got hold of Disney customer service and explained what was happening. And they said, okay, well, what we need you to do is delete everything in your basket, close the browser, empty your cookies and your cache, reopen it again and try again. And I was like, but I've got everything in my basket. Like, I know that it's timed. No, it's fine. We've got loads of stock. Like, don't worry about it. Just do it, blah, blah, blah. So I did it. Nothing happened, it didn't work still, and they're like, okay, maybe try it from a different computer or something. I was like, okay, fine. I used a different device, I tried it didn't work. And then they were like, well, that's kind of what we can suggest. I was like, okay, do you have any idea what this problem could be? Like, or is there anything else I can do? Or can I take, give you my information, you can process it? Or I didn't know. Like, I don't know what they were able to do. So I was just asking them to bounce stuff off of it. And I was like, well, I don't want to, like, take them out of my basket yet or go any further back because I don't want to lose what I've already got. And they were like, no, it's fine. You just delete everything in your basket and then try again. And I was like, are you sure? Because, stuff's running out. And they were very much, we have enough stock to cover this. Don't worry, you'll be fine. So I did that. I deleted everything in my basket, went to put them all back in again. And the flounder gift set, which I know is silly, but that is the thing I wanted more than anything else because I couldn't get it from anywhere else, was sold out already. And I was so distraught because... not because of the item, but the fact that I'd spent since 8 a.m. till it was about 5:30 at this point, my whole day doing this to literally not get it. And it wasn't that I wasn't up in time, it wasn't that I wasn't trying. It was just the system didn't work. And I replied to Disney saying, oh, they're all sold out now. I thought you said there were loads of stock. And I got a generic response basically saying, we're sorry, but the demand is really high for this item. I hope you enjoy collecting Tsum Tsums. See you next month, pretty much. And I was like, I appreciate that if my machine wasn't working and the whole system going down, that isn't their problem. Like, I understand, like, it's my fault that, like, I don't know, is it my fault? I don't know. The thing that really upset me was how, I don't know, I just really was disappointed at the way they treated it. Like, I was so willing to give them all this time that they needed and everything. I was so patient, and I would see people on Twitter and Facebook going crazy and being like, this is disgusting, blah, 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 and like sharing it and putting up links to different sites that were selling them just because so people didn't have to buy through Disney and things like that. And I was trying to be so calm with it. And just to get a generic response of, well, this is a high demand item. What do you expect? Of course it's sold out. I was just like, what? And that really annoyed me. And that's when I kind of reflected and was like, is this worth it? Is all this effort and this stress that it's cost me my whole day worth it to collect these? And at the time I said no. I didn't get the set I wanted. And do you know what was the icing on the cake? Clinton's, opposite where I work, had the full collection in. And their website didn't crash, and it also had the full collection on. They're 50p more expensive, and I always try and go through Disney if I can, just because it is a brand that I've always loved, and I always try and stick to the company and do it that way. And I was just like, I could have walked into Clinton's today and bought them all and had no hassle that I'm having with the Disney store and their website for a massive company like that. Anyway, so I mentioned it a little bit on Twitter, and one of our subscribers, Sarah, were actually named twins, so we we have that connection. She asked me what happened. I explained it to her in a rant on DM. I was like, this is what's happened, I'm so mad, I just wanted this, I'm so upset, I don't think I'm going to collect Tsum Tsums anymore, I'm genuinely really upset by this. And bless her so much, she went out of her way and found me the flounder set, and oh my god, I literally was so close to tears when I opened it. And she had a lovely little letter in it, and it's flounder, and inside is Sebastian and Ariel in her pink dress and Flounder and Scuttle, and I'm so happy. And you know what, it just made me feel better, having it and then getting this and realising how much I do really enjoy collecting these, and how this is something I really enjoy and take a lot of pleasure out of doing. And the fact that she bothered to go out of her way and get this for me made me feel so special. And I was like, why am I complaining? I couldn't get them online when there's people that are so nice out there to do this for me. And I don't know, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give it another chance. I love these. It's silly as a 26-year-old woman that I'm so obsessed with toys that are this big, but I love Tsum Tsums so much. And I was like, do you know what? Is it really worth this one bad experience ruining it for me forever? And I was like, maybe not. So I was like, well, do you know what? rather than get every set from now on, I'm only going to get the ones that I really like. Oh, bear in mind, might I add, I did actually manage to get onto the Disney store in the end and order stuff, which was meant to arrive yesterday, and it's just disappeared. So whether I get that stuff or not is a completely different story. But that's for another time, if that even turns up. Disney being, again, really helpful with that. Cheers, guys. Anyway, this morning was the Star Wars release for Force Awakens, and I was obsessed with Force Awakens. I never really watched Star Wars before that, but this film I loved, and I was like, you know what, this is a set I do really want to get. I didn't get the first set of Star Wars ones, but I didn't really know all the characters, and this one I was like, I love. So I got up at 8 o'clock this morning, well, 10 to 8, on the website, went to check out. Oh my goodness, there's another problem. The site's down again. You can't process your payments. And I was like, is this me again? No, it was everyone again. I was just like, come on now. This is the second week in a row that this has been an issue. And everyone was kicking off, and all Disney was saying is like, oh, you know, we're sorry about the inconvenience. Like, this is unusual. This is the second week that this has happened. And I was getting really stressed out again. And I thought, you know what, whatever. Like, if I don't get them, whatever. Like, I'll get another set another time. And luckily, I mean, I was only on the website for 40 minutes this time, just clicking refresh and having to enter my bank details in again and again and again and again. But I did manage to get them today, and it wasn't as much of a palaver as like 8 hours that it cost me last week. But this is really crazy. Like, I know stuff's hard to get, and I know there's a massive demand for these, but to treat customers and make it so difficult to buy them, like, I just don't get why. Because I read through Facebook and Twitter, and I see how angry and upset everyone's getting, especially when they're buying for their children. Like, I can reason with myself and be like, you know what, it's fine, you didn't really need these. If a child is obsessed with Finding Dory or Star Wars, and this set would make their life, like, how do you say to that child who's collecting them, oh yeah, no, Disney's website messed up, so you're not getting them? Like, that's horrible. And I'm not saying kids are spoiled and they need everything, but like, if that's something they really look forward to, why is Disney making it so hard? That's what I don't understand, and that's what really annoyed me. Like, they're almost putting their profits and their exclusivity of the items and above the customer experience and the customer satisfaction, and that was what I was really disappointed with, and that's kind of what made me want to stop. Like, I was like, the stress that was associated with these products outweighs the joy that I'm getting from having them and having a Disney product, and that is something somewhere I never wanted to be at, which is why I kind of stopped collecting. So, completely thanks to Sarah, I am now looking at it a little bit differently. I'm not going to completely stop because of the fact, like, and I got pointed out by this little gesture, that I do really, really love these. But I think from now on I'm going to be a little bit less crazy about it, a little bit less trying to get the whole set, and just, if I can get the ones I like, I can get the ones I like. If I can't, I can't. And just don't get so wrapped up in things, because I have a quite obsessive personality. And once I get attached to something, I have to have it, and I get too obsessed with checking it every day and checking what new releases are coming out and when. But, you know, it's just too much. So I think the lesson that I've learned from this is that the ones I get, I want to enjoy getting them, and I want them to be special, and I want to enjoy them. So I may still do Tsum Tsum hauls, and this may not be the final chapter of this, but they're not going to be as regularly. And do you know what? They're probably going to be every couple of months, because I just don't want to get in this situation again, in this position. And I know this is so ridiculous, I'm talking about toys, but if there's something that you love, I hope you'll understand where I'm coming from with this. And I just want to say thank you for listening to me rant and rave about this. I just want you to kind of understand, if you saw on Twitter my, like, I'm not collecting Tsum Tsums anymore, my reasons why at the time, and why I'm still a bit more cautious about collecting them now. And I also want to again say a special thank you to Sarah for this. It was such a nice gift. I still can't get over that she went out and got it for me. So happy, like, and overwhelmed. So thank you again. And to everyone else, thank you for supporting us and me through my Tsum Tsum journey, and I will see you all again next time. Bye!